6,000 years BC. Anatepamon, the king, had asked the gods for rain and thunder, and they had answered with a storm, the likes of which the world had never seen. Lightning crackled, striking every few seconds on the three tall spires atop the pyramids. Each strike charged the God's Gate, amplifying the energy that pulsed up from beneath the pyramids, funneling raw power into the chamber through arcane technology. Technology so beyond understanding that not even his wisest advisors dared pretend to grasp it. To the people of his kingdom, he was more than a king. He was a demigod, wielding forces so vast they seemed to bend reality itself. A few more hours, he thought, and everything would be complete. As he sat upon his golden throne, sipping an ambrosial drink poured by one of his wives, he allowed himself a rare moment of satisfaction. His people moved like shadows through the forest, flocking toward the God's Gate, drawn by promises of ascension, the first king to lead his people to the God's world. The thought was intoxicating. From the age of 15, Anatepamon had been guided by visions. He had ascended to the throne by killing his father, who had failed to see the destiny laid out before them. Weak, he had thought then, and weak he thought still of anyone unwilling to embrace the future he had envisioned. Setting the stage for the ritual, his throne was positioned strategically between two of the pyramids, perfectly aligned with the event horizon. Gold and gemstones glittered in the torchlight, a throne fit for a god. The roads leading to the pyramids had been cleared and reinforced to transport nearly 4 million people in 3 days, a feat his strongest warriors could match by moving his throne when the time came for him to cross into the god's world. For 50 years, Anatepamon and his armies had plundered the continent for slaves and riches, gathering both in preparation for this single moment. Only recently, his soldiers had raided nearby camps, bringing in captives who were now chained beneath the pyramids, a sacrificial offering. The high priest, always stationed behind the throne, prepared a potent elixir for the slaves, dulling their senses, calming their panic. Without it, they seemed to understand too well the horror awaiting them. With it, they were docile, little more than cattle waiting for slaughter. Every hour, 15 slaves were selected, chained, and led to the main chamber beneath the central pyramid, the sacrificial chamber. The chamber was rounded, carved from the hardest, most conductive stone, with the floor covered in a thick, gel-like liquid. In the center stood 15 silver pedestals, their surfaces etched with intricate runes. A translucent orb sat atop each pedestal, fizzing with energy and emitting faint sparks. The air reeked of ozone, mingling with a stench that hinted at the dark rituals performed here. Once the slaves were positioned around the pedestals, warriors stepped back, locking the heavy doors. At a signal, the shaman pulled a lever, and the orbs began to glow. Energy pulsed through the